I was at a point where the last doctor where life was at a turning point. You could see the sadness in my eyes because of everything that's happened. Well, now I feel I'm experiencing for the first time what being happy is. Like truly not saying you're happy, completely looking outside and seeing the sky and feeling happy to be alive and happy to the people that are around you and what you're doing and just be happy. You know, it's got this whole new life now. If you switch your thinking and your thought process, good things can happen. I think Dr. Meineke is a person that truly came into my life because I needed him. And I searched for him, yes, and I did my research on him, but when you meet Dr. Meineke, he's more than just a doctor. Like everything he believes in and what he talks about is his energy around him, and everybody that even meets Dr. Meineke, he's like this like nuclear wave of energy that's all positive, and all he's there is to try to help you with your life and how I can make it better. He's so much more than just fixing doing a boob job. I look at plastic surgery as you are churning a chapter in your life, and that chapter is going to either be good or bad depending on the information, the research, and the choices that, not the doctor, that you make. And I went through a very bad experience with my last doctor, and I didn't make all the right decisions, and I didn't do all of my research, and I didn't, I went in there with the intention of rush, fix, please save me, and didn't really look at what was happening and made the worst decision in my life, really.
Because you're a smart, intelligent woman who seems to have made some bad choices but have learned to make good choices now. Do you want me to stop for a moment so you can...
No, it's just very emotional because Dr. Meineke went above and beyond for me. I look at him like more than family now. Like, I really look at like he saved me. And I look at it because he cared about me so much that he went above and beyond what a doctor would do. And he just stayed there for hours and worked on me and thought and just did everything that another doctor would just throw his hands up in the air and say, I can't give her what she wants.
When I interviewed Jenea, she told me the other doctor told her, another doctor would be crazy to do this, basically. I mean, your skin is paper thin, and if I go in there, I'm not going to be able, there's going to be so many complications that I might not be able to fix that. What made you decide, I can do this?
When she came in crying and sitting in a chair saying, I can't live like this, I had to think, how am I going to fix this? What are the risks involved here? The risks for her were paper-thin tissues, breasts that were large, that were heavy, and those are setting me up for a lot of things that could be difficult in surgery. So thinking ahead for that, I knew there were going to be certain risks going in there. I knew it was going to be tense. I knew there was going to be a lot of thinking, and I knew ahead of time what pitfalls I might run into. So those were the things that I was worried about. In the OR, it was a little bit different sort of a story because things were tenuous. In other words, there seemed to be, anything could be that straw that breaks the camel's back at any moment. So the whole time there was constant tension and constant thinking going on in the back of your mind. What's the next move? What if this happens? What if this comes apart? Where am I going to move next? How am I going to fix this?
You probably got to the point where it was pretty scary. Like you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can do what she wanted me to.
Somebody asked me that question, but I've never given up before. I don't know if there's any time in that surgery where I felt I can't do this. I don't think there was. But there was definite time where I said, everybody slow down and let's think about this and make sure we make the right move. And I think that's the smart thing to do.
I want to watch this when we're done, but I want to watch this because I want to see what he did, because I know what he did was beyond what any other doctor would not do. He worked with paper, basically. He worked with, it's like taking a tissue and saying, I want you to put an implant behind a tissue and not let it rip, and I'm going to sew you up and it's going to look beautiful. That's what he did. And he made it look the best, honestly. My breasts look the best that they ever did beyond even the first surgery when I was 21. That's the answer to all the women if they're looking for a doctor right there.